to Friday Fun Live, where we talk about just crochet stuff, have a little community talk together for those of you who are new. And I do have a goodie basket to show. Let me make sure I mute my computer. Yay. So I just want to start off by saying hello to everyone. And I wanted to thank you all so much for many of your kind comments on the video I posted on Monday about moving a yarn store. It was a really big blessing to me to see that, and I think really encouraged Lana. And just to let you know, she's doing well, and she also thanks you. So if you ever get a chance to get to Columbia, Maryland, that's about 45 minutes away from where I live, but it's worth the drive. It's a beautiful drive from where I live. But if you ever get a chance to go to Columbia, Maryland and visit her store, do check her website at sew-original.com first, because she is pretty much runs the store by herself. So she has limited hours, obviously, but give that website a look so that you don't show up when she's closed. But thank you so much for supporting, just being who you are and supporting her the way you did. Well, I just wanted to say just a quick hello to everybody in the chat. Some of you guys, like Leanne, has been waiting for about 25 minutes here. Thank you, Leanne, for your patience, and hello. It's so good to see you in the chat and from the Isle of Wight. Wow. And Don Anderson from South Dakota. And thank you for your kind words there. And yes, I have a special reading for today. Did I bring my little thingy book? Let me see. Do I have it with me? Well, I'll have to go find it. Ugh, I had it sitting on the table there, but I will go get that for the end there. We have, is it Tatiana? If I'm saying that right, from Belgium. Wow. And Cynthia from Holiday, Florida. What a great name for a city. And April, it's good to see you, my friend, in the chat from Smoky Spokane, Washington. And I hope they do get those fires under control out there. And we have Linda with Brat's mom from Chicago. It's good to see you guys. See you in the chat there, Linda. And Wanda Gordon from Bahama, North Carolina. Um, I'm glad you got that booklet. Some of them may still be in the mail, but they got sent. Those of you who contacted me from last week's contest. Now, there are a couple people who didn't contact me, so if you had trouble contacting me, definitely try again. I still have the books and your name on a list waiting, so just to let you know if that's you. We have Tony from Texas, and Jan, and Johnny with his Italian yarn. Yay. Johnny, if you can post a picture on my Facebook page, I would love to see that yarn, and I can even share it with others if you would like. There's nothing like getting Italian yarn. And for those of you who don't know, that's some of the best stuff like in the world. Um, whenever I have had the opportunity to go to Europe, which is not very often, but it's usually piggybacking on my husband's business trips. Um, I always go shopping and bring back. When I was in Switzerland, was able to actually pick up some Italian yarn and bring it back. There's nothing else like it. I can't design with it because it's not necessarily available here, or at least in an affordable way, because as you mentioned, because of shipping. I remember a trip. Again, I never dreamed I'd be able to go to Australia, but my husband had a business trip there, and I was able to go. And the yarn there was so spectacular, particularly the alpaca. They claim it's the best in the world, and I think I agree with them. And by the grace of God, it was just cheaper for me to buy a suitcase to bring the yarn back, and that's exactly what I did. And actually, that suitcase that I bought is my favorite suitcase. I take it everywhere, every time I travel. I hope we're still live here. I'm getting a spinny thing. Let me go ahead and update my computer, and I'm going to try to get back to the comments as soon as I do. Okay, let me check in with my trusty moderator here. I'm just checking in with Hannah. Hannah is one of our or actually one of our moderators, and she helps with the group chat. Okay, she says I'm good, so maybe it's just a glitch with my computer. Um, Okay, great. Johnny says he'll be able to post that. Oh, we have Leslie from Australia. Hey, it's good to see you, my friend. Just talking about you, your beautiful country there. I sure hope that lockdown ends soon for you. I really miss following my friends from Australia because they can't get out and make their videos for YouTube anymore. Particularly Stefan, who flies a little Cirrus airplane all over the country and showing you special spots. I love watching him. Um, Found out about him from my husband and my son. But anyway, let me go ahead and back up to some of these comments that I have missed here. I am backing up here. Yeah, Tracy says she wishes she could see Johnny's yarn through the chat. Well, maybe if Johnny can post on, on Facebook when you get a chance, and you can check it out there. That would be really cool to see. Uh, let's see. Oh, we have Racine with us from, was it Withville, Virginia? I'll have to look that up and find out where that is. Used to go out to Lynchburg quite a bit, but I don't recall going through that town. Um, okay, and Wanda says we need to have one giant Skype. Yeah, that would be great. Or even FaceTime for those of you who use Apple. I'm just more handy with that because I'm more familiar, but I'm sure Skype would work too. Maybe one day, or we just need to get to a conference together, or a cruise or something. We just need to get together. I wish I could invite you all over and open a bed and breakfast here, but quite frankly, I don't have the space right now. um, we have Ann Butler from Northwest Indiana and Dolores. Um, okay, and Roberta Klein. She says, can't wait. Can't believe I made it with a minute to spare. And see how much time it took me to get to your comment, Roberta. I am so slow. We have the Archer and Ace. And let's see. Johnny's talking about his yarn there. We have Rod, or I guess Diane Z. Looking forward to seeing Bonnie and hearing from friends. Great. And Tracy Hamilton. And let's see, Judy from Brazelton, Georgia. All these familiar names. And if we do ever get together, guys, we're gonna have to have big names, your name and where you're from, so that we can put a face to these words in the chat here. We have Harriet Cutler, Melanie. Thank you for your greetings there, Melanie, and Amy Joe, um, Vanessa from San Antonio, and Hannah is texting me. Okay, thank you, Hannah. And see, Terry Redmond is here. Hey, Terry, I still have something to send you, Terry. You need to send me your address from last week. I think you're one on the list. And as you know, I don't save your addresses from time to time. I really truly clear them out so that I am not, I don't save addresses whenever people win, things on my channel. I don't save them, and I definitely don't sell names to other marketers. I definitely don't do that. I don't like it. People do it to me, and I totally respect your privacy as much as, as we can, but I still need your address to send you something. So anyhow, um, let's see. We have Amy Joe. She says was raised in San Antonio, just like Vanessa. Um, oh, thank you, Anne. She's like, remember to hit that thumbs up if you can on the video. It helps those little bots, those little robots out in the algorithm do their thing, whatever that is. But if it can help get more people on board with crocheting and the joy of that, and with this great community, I'm all for it. If you can do that, that would be great. Um, let's see, we have Ms. Condor. We have Jane from Derby, Kentucky. Okay, Darby, I'm sorry. Darby, okay. Well, Jane, I'm just going with English phonetics here, but we know how the English language is. It's kind of funny talking about people from the UK and people from the US, two common people separated by a language. But anyway, I used to work with a fella in South Carolina named Mr. Darby. So maybe that'll help me to remember that in the future. Probably not, but it's always a shot. We have Creatively Tracy with us, Catherine Cunningham from Yellville, Arkansas. That makes me want to go yeehaw for some reason, but what a great name. Um, we have Deborah from Buckingham, Virginia. Ooh, that sounds like that should be in the UK with that name, Buckingham. Great name. And Oh, thanks for greeting Hannah, Johnny. She's such a trooper. She's such a servant for our family. We have Judy from Michigan. She says she's a newbie. Well, welcome, Judy. I'm glad you joined us today. And I am going to show you guys something in just a minute. I always just like to spend some time greeting everybody, especially since you've taken the time out of your day to join us. Um, let's see. Do, 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 do. Um, I okay. I think I'm catching up here. As soon as I caught up, it looks like everything loaded. We have Patsy, is it Weiss in the chat? Donna Curtis from New York. Um, Cynthia Dalton, I think I already said hey, but I can say hey 2 times. That's good. And Deborah. Um, let's see. Okay, I'm getting lost in the yeah. Jan says on Zoom. Yeah, we can do a little group meeting on Zoom sometime, Jan. I'm trying to work something out like that for my watch subscribers on my other channel. It may be a little while before I can get to something like that, but I may be able to. I just need to look and see what the limits are on the numbers. That's the big thing for doing the Zoom is if you do something with hundreds, I think you have to have like a professional account, and I just haven't really gone into the expense of all that yet. I'm not sure that that would really serve what I do here, but I would love to do that. Zoom would be a good second choice to doing it on a ship somewhere at sea, or or at a at a hotel somewhere where we can all get together. Oh, let's see. We have Esther from Ireland. Wow, Esther, welcome. We love Ireland here. Your country has so inspired me in so many ways with my, like you see, my designs in the background and things that I wear all the time. The Aran Isles and the country of Ireland definitely go a long way to inspiring what I've done. We have Aparna from India. Wow, welcome. And Maria from Palmview, Texas. And Dawn says she loves yarn from Australia. Yeah, I do too. I'll take yarn from anywhere, to be honest with you. But yeah, Australia has some very unique yarn. I'm not able to design with it because, well, it's just the shipping alone would probably quadruple the price to us here in the States. But if you ever travel there, take an extra bag and bring it home full with yarn. That's what I do wherever I go. Uh, we have Grace. She says it's 9 a.m. in Northwest Washington. Wow, yeah. Um, and Patsy says she hadn't caught this show in months. So I'm glad, so happy to see you. I'm so happy to glad that you're able to slow down a little bit, Patsy. Um, let me go ahead and skip on down here. Just a couple more. Oh, Charlotte Bruce from Ohio. Dallas Garrett from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Jan says, sounds like a road trip is in my future. Jan, I am so ready to just go somewhere different. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to traveling. I'm very tempted to fly out to Washington State. My friend with Lamb Shop Kits is going to be at a festival. I could talk more about that later on. I'm pretty probably not going to go because not sure what COVID is going to do. They are actually reinstating mask mandates for my area tomorrow. And I hope to God that they don't do another shutdown. And we'll see. We see. Got our fingers crossed. Just hope that people use common sense and just hope the government doesn't go too wacko on us. But I'm really hoping they don't shut us down from state to state again because I, for one, want to see my family during the holidays. Okay. Okay, I've expressed my beef there with the government. So whatever you do, guys, Christmas is at grandma's house this year. Okay. And we're all getting together. We've all been vaccinated. So there. So I just hope that the governments will allow for that again. But anyway, I'm fussing. I don't want to fuss. This is Friday fun, and I'm gonna go for the fun. Um, and Anne says she's watching from Pennsylvania while working. And we have Wanda, the backwards wrong side crocheter. She says in Whiteville is not far from the North Carolina border. Okay, 177, okay, I-77 and I-81. Okay, so that's probably not too far from Charlotte, I'm guessing. So I probably wasn't too far from there a couple months ago, or I've lost track of time, maybe 2 months ago. Um, we have Lynn from Upper Michigan. Judy is in our chat, and Cat Lady 2. Um, she says, have you researched the alpha yarn? I did. And after what I read about how they treat them. Okay, I don't know. I'm not familiar with that, Cat Lady. I'm sorry. Um, but maybe I can look into that. If you want to email me, we can, we can look into that. I don't know that. I'm not familiar with what you're talking about there. Cynthia got her book Winning at the Fair. Yay. Um, glad you got that, Cynthia. I'm glad the post office is doing their job. And it is that time of the year, guys. I'm not going to be participating with the county fair this year. Things are just too busy here. And they're not really allowing me to be a part of the judging. So I am not going to be able to give my special award this year at the Montgomery County Fair. For those of you who are from my county, I usually give an award each year, and they're not going to let me pick the winner. So I decided I didn't want my name on something that I'm not really in charge of this time. And I usually include a nice little monetary gift with that and a certificate that's framed and everything. But and I threw in a book, I think last year for them. But or 2 years ago, because 2020 didn't happen. But maybe next year, hopefully next year in 2022, if they let people in the building to help in the judging process like they have ever since I've been doing this, I'll go back to doing that, just to let you know. It's just this year they're limiting things, and then now with the mask mandate, I really hope the fair happens in our area. But I know a lot of you don't have the same issue in your area, and I really hope you do participate if you can. If you can, look for ways to volunteer. That's the best way to learn how things work and how things operate. And you can just understanding the whole system can help you to do better. I think, to help you to understand, what you can enter, how many per category, and you may even find you want to, try some baking as well. Something, else. I know a lot of you guys and girls out there, are great at sewing and all these other, crafts, knitting, embroidery, cooking, baking. You can enter all sorts of things and have a great time and meet some really wonderful people. So I really encourage that. It's just that this year I'm getting ready for a big party, Labor Day. It's going to be kind of like a wedding reception for one of my children who got married during the pandemic, and nobody was allowed to be at the wedding. So we are going to celebrate like crazy. But I've got to get a lot of things happening here, like we haven't had a toilet in our bathroom, in our kitchen bathroom, or a sink because we've renovated with a new floor a while back. But even before then, it's just been out of commission. So we are in the process of getting that replaced. I've got more painting to do tomorrow, and I've got just so much other things. And since COVID is still raising its ugly head around in our community, I'm just going to push participation for the fair till next year. So anyway, but definitely check it out in your area if you can. Yeah, thank you, Terry. She says she's going to send her address. I appreciate that. I'll definitely get that out to you. We have Wanda, is it Bigelow from Oregon, and we have Nadia Mohammed in our chat. So glad that you all are here. And creatively, Tracy says it's hot in Pennsylvania. I think it's going to be hotter today too, but yet this past week has been fantastic as far as the temps. It's been in the 70s here, and it's been, and maybe low 80s, but just wonderful to be outside. And Terry's looking for my email. I'll go ahead and put it in here. Hannah may have already done it, but I'm just going to put it in again for you, Terry. It's also in the video description below. Should any of you ever need to get in touch with me, everything you need is in the video description somewhere. You may have to sort through a lot of things. And if you don't see it right away, just hit the little see more, where it says see more at the bottom of the beginning of the video description. That'll open up a whole host of other things there. All right, so we got lots of things going, but let me go ahead and pause the chat for a bit. And I want to show you some things I got um, this week. I got a whole bunch of other things I can't show you just yet because that's a design in the making. It's in my head, but it's going to soon transfer to the yarn. But I've always wanted to try the Paint Box Cotton DK. And just in case any of you have ever seen this on their site, these balls are much smaller than the acrylic worsted weight. Just wanted to show you that because some people have, when I did the colorful cables throw, I think they ordered this by mistake and they got these instead of the bigger acrylic weight. And yes, the yardage is also smaller on these, but this yarn looks really nice. It feels really nice. This is 100% cotton. And I think this is going to be really nice for like spa claws or face claws. But if there's something that you think this would be really, really great for, let me know in the chat. You know, if you have an idea, like, hey, you should make this. Let me know. So these are just some of the colors I picked off of their site at random. Truth be told, I needed to fill my order just a little bit more so that I would get free shipping. And so I'd much rather spend, you know, $5 or $6 on a little bit more yarn than on shipping. So that's what I did. I just kind of put that in. And so now I'm looking at it, trying to decide what I want to do. I mean, this would be great for like, I don't know. You tell me, what do you think I should make with this? Okay. And even if you're watching the rebroadcast, post your comment in the comments section below. Tell me what you think I should make with the Paint Box DK cotton yarn. Okay, I would really like to know. In 2 weeks, so not, well, like a week and a half, not this coming Monday, but the Monday after that, I have a new design for you guys. And I'm real excited about it. This is what am I calling this? I'm calling this the Easy Mobius Shell Scarf, okay? It's using the same stitch, can you see, that I used in the staggered shell baby blanket, but and I put a little twist. I mean, you don't have to put the twist in. You can connect it and just make it be a straight up, you know, scarf, like a headband or something. But when you put the twist in, let me show you what happens when you wear it. It helps it to lay flat, just like this. You know, you ever worn a scarf and it just kind of pokes up and you don't know what to do with it? Well, if you put a little twist in it, you can have it lay flat like this on your, on your outfit or something. And this is using 3 colors. And where is the yarn that I used for this? Hold on, guys. Well, let me get, it's right here. Hold on. I just wanted to show you what this looks like in, okay, that's not it. Yeah, that's it. This is obviously a different color, but I use the Eco Bamboo. This is a Good Loops. This is by Nurturing Fibers. The link for this is, I believe, in the video description. You can get it from Good Loops yarn for a limited time. And so this is really nice. And you can see even on the video, I think you can see the nice little sheen that it has to it. I'll take it off so you can see it a little bit better. But it has a really, 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 really nice sheen to it. It's made from bamboo. It's very breathable. So it's a manufactured fiber. Okay, it is a natural fiber. It's made from natural fibers, but people will have argued with me, oh, it's not a natural fiber because it's been manufactured, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. But it is made from bamboo. Okay, so it has been processed, but it still has the qualities of, it's of a natural fiber. It breathes, as Eve would say, breathes like Egyptian cotton, but it really is nice to wear. And where's the other one that I did? Ooh, I'm having a hard time keeping up with my stuff. Well, I did another one. There it is. It went for a trip to the floor. And this one is the same pattern, but I only used 2 colors. And you can see how the pattern kind of comes out differently. And that's with the high contrast, like a light and a dark color. And another thing that you can do with this is, if you don't have the bamboo yarn, but you may have a lot of bits and pieces left from other DK weights, or even if you have a lighter weight, like sock yarns, maybe a lot of those really pretty, hand dyed sock yarns that you might have had just a tiny bit left over, you can put them all together in a box and save them. I don't throw that stuff away. And you can make a scarf, put colors together that you like and make a scarf. I think though I'm going to probably get more wear out of this one because of the neutral colors. And I think it will just go with a lot more. I think you can wear this with a nice dress. You can also, I've worn these with, just my jeans jacket and a t-shirt. It just is a way to kind of dress things up just a little bit as you're going out the door. So that's coming in a week and a half. So not this Monday, but the following Monday. So let's go see how am I doing on my list here. I don't have a lot to talk about today, but I just do have some. Oh yeah, I have one big goodie to show you in just a minute. And if Swati is out there, she's going to be happy about it. Cindy says the paint box colors are so cheerful. Could you make fidget mats for dementia patient? That's a great idea. Um, I actually tried experimenting with some of those, but it just never went anywhere design wise. That's a great idea. Do I have a pen? No, I don't have a pen. I'll remember that, Cindy. That's an excellent idea. Um, let's see. And Roberta says, okay, I'm not sure what you're talking about there, but I'm gonna let that conversation be between you and Cynthia. I'm going backwards in the chat again, so okay. Sorry guys, I am so behind. Tina says, I love the poncho you're wearing. Thank you, Tina. This is on my channel. I did put the link in the video description below if you're looking for the pattern. Although the pattern, you may not recognize it as much because it has this really cute girl, my daughter-in-law, one of my daughter-in-laws, modeling it, and she's probably 100 pounds lighter than I am, but she did such a great job for me. She's such a fun gal. I'm so glad my son is married to her. But I do have the pattern, and there's also the video tutorials. They're on my channel, so you can find those. If you ever have trouble finding anything like that, just email me and I can give you the link. Or you can just go into the search on my channel, that little like a spyglass thing, and just put in what you're looking for, and it should pull it up. Roberta says, I used to enter things in the fair before babies started to come. Those are the best creations I've ever done. Yep, yep. I understand that, Roberta. Wow. And Martha is looks like she's from Oregon. Um, it's like Jan and Linda are talking about the woes of being dog owners, maybe, or the joys of being dog owners, I should say. Um, yeah, and Wanda says a lot of Wandas in the chat. A lot of great Wandas in the chat, I will add. We have Patricia from Northern California. And okay, I guess about masks, Cynthia says it's an easy choice for me. I wear a mask anywhere I'm in contact with those I do not know, as I have an autoimmune disease. Oh, that's too bad, Cynthia. Um, I know it's been really hard on you guys in that scenario. I have some really close friends and relatives actually that are the same. They just have to be super careful and just basically don't do a whole lot right now. And Peggy's wondering about Susan Bates hooks. She says, love them. Wonder why they don't make a size 7mm hook. That's a good question. That would be between K and L, right? That's a good question. That's an excellent question, Peggy, because there's a big gap between size K and size L. I mean, a significant gap. That's a good question. Maybe the manufacturing gods that be just don't. I don't know. That is a very good question. With all the different yarns that we have, you'd think that they would make something like that. I'll have to ask a friend next time, that I know that works closer to the companies that sell these. That's a great question. I don't even think I've seen a 7 millimeter on any Craft Yarn Council of America chart either. It's just not there. Um, and Tracy says they usually have an event where she is called Affair of the Heart. Lots of crafts and homemade, and they've canceled. Yeah, I'm even I'm kind of even on the fence, concerning these festivals, especially now that Montgomery County, Maryland is starting to kind of bring the clamp back down on us. There was an opportunity in November to have a table at the Frederick Fiber Fest, and I would really want to do that. Um, it's just that I just don't even know if they're going to do it. I mean, I just don't know that anybody's going to come. Um, so I think I'm just going to boot that to 2022 as well. So once 2022 hits the ground, oh my goodness, we're going to be, assuming everything is cleared up with COVID, we're going to be busy. Um, we have Donna from Tucson, Arizona. Ah, welcome, Donna. And we have Enos, or is it, I hope I'm saying that right. And Esther. Okay, I'm not okay. I guess she's asking me what part of America do I live in. If you're asking me, Esther, I live northwest of Washington, D.C. So if you look on the map, it's on the East Coast, but go in about an hour and a half, and we're in the state of Maryland. Um, yeah, it looks like Roberta, they're having a mask mandate as well again. Yeah, I mean, I understand the reason for mask, y'all. I don't want to get into all that that mess of a discussion. I guess I shouldn't. I'm the one who brought it up, but yeah. I mean, I understand it. I just don't like it. I mean, I'll just leave it at that. I understand the need, and it's true. They do prevent all kinds of things. I know people have argued and said it doesn't matter. Well, talking to my pharmacist, he has noticed that people just aren't getting sick from other things too because everybody's been wearing masks. So in that sense, they're good. But I just love seeing people's faces. I love seeing their smiles. And I'm not afraid of catching a cold. I mean, by the grace of God, don't have an immunodeficiency disease yet. So I'm not afraid of the colds and all that because I know that's going to happen, without wearing masks. But I definitely don't want to get COVID. So I don't know. I don't know. It's a sticky wicket for sure. But anyway, yeah, Jan says the fear tactics need to stop. Absolutely. I agree. And I think I'm so tempted to get into a talk about that, but I'm not going to. But we've I'm not going to go there. But it's a sticky wicket. I don't want to step on that. But I just do wish everybody well with that. Oh, Swati's in the chat. I went backwards far enough to find it. Hey Swati, I'm glad that you're in the chat. Now that I saw your name, I am going to show you because I know you've been waiting on this and waiting on this so patiently, and I've just held on. This is coming on Monday. I've already uploaded the video. I still have to release the video on my watch channel. I'll be getting that out this weekend, but waiting for the pattern to come back from Becky, and she's got this on top priority. So I wrote this week. This is Babies Love Cables Baby Blanket. This is an intermediate project, and you'll see the cabling in it. All right. And I'll show you the yarn that I used. It's also Good Loops yarn. And I do have one extra, yay. So I can show you. It takes 8 balls. Oh, thank you, Book Fanatic. Was that Book Fanatic that just, thank you so much for your contribution there. But anyway, so this is the Eco Fusion. It's a blend of, it's 50% bamboo viscose and 50% cotton. It's a DK weight, and the color I used is Adventurine. Yes, thank you, Book Fanatic, for your donation. She just donated $4.99 through the super chat, and I'll just mention a little bit about that. I'm going to add that to the few dollars that we got last week. Whenever we get to 100, I try to come up with a song. I may not do it on the spot, but I will do it either on the spot or the week after, kind of as a thank you. And the money that comes in through the super chat all goes to a charitable organization. And the two that are near and dear to my heart right now would be the Rancho 3M Children's Orphanage, which is in Guadalupe, Mexico. It's a real place. I've been there. I have sweat there. I've been sick there. And back in 2006, but it's a wonderful, wonderful ministry. And another is the Shriners Children's Hospital, which, as many of you may know, they provide free health care to all their patients and families, and they exist off of donations. So we're happy to support them when and where we can. So just wanted to put a plug in for that. And back to the blanket, I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. It is similar to the fall blanket that I did last year. It's a very similar cabling, and I alternate it. So I hope you can enjoy this one. This yarn, this bamboo cotton yarn. Look at the drape in this, and it feels even better than it looks. As far as the fabric goes, and it's going to be able to wash and dry this. Although I'd be very careful, in doing so. And again, it takes 8 balls, but you might want to order 9 just in case. And if you have any left over, you can use it to make a scarf if you want. So this is the yarn. It's available at goodloops.com. This is coming on Monday. The pattern will be in my Lovecraft stores. If you are a watch.bonniebaecrochet.com subscriber, this is a paid subscription service that I have where you can watch most all of my content and some exclusive content that's not on this channel, without ads, without spam, without any of that stuff that pops up and bugs you. And the pattern will be complimentary for those subscribers. So just to let you know, if you're looking for a way to get my patterns for free whenever I release the ones that I own the rights to, check out that service if you can. And again, that's kind of like a substitute to a Patreon. I don't do Patreon, but if some people like to support creators, and that's one way that I can kind of give an added value if you decide to do that. And never ever any pressure from me either way. You can watch whatever I have here for free, and that supports me in another way entirely, which is very much appreciated. And what was I going to say? Oh, if you subscribe for the year, you actually get 12 months of viewing on that channel and the patterns and all that for the price of about 10 months. So it's like $6.95 a month. So anyway, so you can do the math, and I do believe it's a better value than if you're buying the patterns outright. But anyway, so I just wanted to show you that blanket. And Swati, yes, it is finally coming. Been working hard on that this past week because I promised it a long time ago, and it has just sat there. So I wanted to go ahead and get that out and about. And if you don't want to use the DK bamboo, you could probably use another DK weight yarn of your choice. It's really up to you. It's use whatever whatever you have in your area, because I know a lot of you watch from around the world and won't be able to get this. It's okay. Just any DK weight yarn that you would think would be great for a baby, for the baby's touch. And that's the other reason I want to talk about that just for a second too. The reason even why I named it, Babies Love Cables, is as a child, I think I've told you this story before. I told this to you last week, but I remember studying the shapes and things that were in my room, that were on my clothes, that were on my blanket. And even though this is a solid color, there are shapes and things that the baby can study. And that is very stimulating for a baby. And the baby's skin is going to love this. This is not going to irritate in any way whatsoever. So Anywho, let me see. Do I have any? Yeah, let me see something here. Oh, I do have something else to show you. Um, let me just look at the chat real quick and see how dreadfully behind I am. Um, we got some of you guys are just so faithful to show up each week. I so appreciate that. I'm scrolling. See, I don't know if I've said call out. I may do some of these duplicate, but we have Patricia from Northern California. Let's see. I saw Martha. Um, Tina. We have Kelly from Tucson. Okay. And Esther wants to know, is this, yeah, we've talked about this. Is this my design? Yes, it is. And the videos and the patterns are in the video description below. And this is made of, this, let me show you, you probably can't see the edging at all. If I can show that to you. This is made of a sport weight cotton. So it's just, it's just enough to kind of ward away to chill if you're going into a restaurant. Like whenever I go into a restaurant, especially if I drink a drink with ice in it, and true to being an American, I love my soda, even though it's diet soda now, but my diet soda with lots of ice, I love it, and that always makes me, oh, thank you, Peggy. Good grief, you're so sweet. Peggy, yeah, that just bumped this up to like $30 for the future. Let me thank you so much for your kindness, Peggy. That is great. That's going to be a blessing to be able to bless. I think this last month it went to Shriners, so I think this month we're going to be blessing the kids at Rancho 3M. And just to let you know, they are orphans. I mean, there are a lot of people there who were born there, who were brought there as babies and have been raised by the couple that runs this orphanage, and it's also a Christian school. So they're also including people in the community there. And if you've ever been to Guadalupe, Mexico, it's not your resort town at all. It's quite the opposite. It's one of the border towns between Mexico and El Paso, Texas, and it's one of the poorest areas I have seen in my life. So it's a good thing. Great. um, Thank you for your generosity. It's just a really good organization, and they are doing a great work. It's a hard work. It's a hard work. It's hot there, especially in the summer. But they are there teaching those children day in and day out and loving on them. It's just great. Um, so anyway, thank you. You guys are so generous. Um, yeah. Okay, Cynthia was okay talking about mass. Seems like she likes the Tommy Copper ones. That I have to look into those. Um, let's see. All right, sorry. Okay, Judy's suggesting. Okay, getting back to this yarn. What should I make with the Lovecrafts cotton? She's like washcloths. Yeah, that's a great idea. Washcloths. And Aparna says she has made towels. Again, talking about this. We're jumping all over the board here in case you haven't known. Oh, Kelly, I'm so sorry about your dog. Um, found out that her dog Pippa has epilepsy. Yeah, I had a, I had a puppy when I was little, when I was a child who had epilepsy. I understand exactly what that looks like. Um, oh my goodness, I have questions from Hannah. Sorry about that, Hannah. Um, oh, Freaky Geek is asking about Bunny and her cute baby on your book. Well, thank you, Freaky Geek. I put this up here. This is my neighbor's daughter and her grandson. That's why I asked my friend Bunny to be my model. And I remember when I took this picture, she has just such a great smile. And as soon as I took that picture, I looked at my camera and I'm like, I've got my cover. Thank you. But this is a collection of 11 baby blankets, and these are all on my channel. You can, watch watch the videos for free. Oh my goodness, somebody else just I'm seeing this 24.99. Thank you so much. I got to see who that is. It's not showing up in my feed for some reason, which is really weird. Um, I've got April Hume. Thank you, April. That is so kind of you. Hannah, I hope you're keeping track of this. So that's 30, that's 55. Book Fanatic. Thank you so much. Um, that is so kind of you. And so that brings us up to 55. Okay, that's up to 75 already. Thank you guys. April, that you guys are like so generous. Um, and I hope I wasn't trying to do any arm twisting. I promise. I just telling you a little bit about a real place. But anyway, yeah, I ran out of these. I only had one left, and I think I sent the last one I had out last week as a gift. But this has 11 baby blankets that you can learn to crochet, and it does have the links. And if you do, they do have these on Amazon. And if you order these on Amazon, it's also part of the book matching program so that you can download the PDFs for free as well. So if you like to, like print out your own copy and check it off and highlight it, you can definitely do that. So if you get this from Amazon, like I said, you might have to hunt for this program in the system there, but it's there. Just look for the book matching program, and you will get um, you will get the PDF for free when you purchase this. Okay. Um, I also have these in my Etsy store, but they're a little more expensive because I don't have Prime free shipping. I have to buy stamps. So that's the difference in price. But if you want, to get one for ever want to get this book or Cable Crochet Made Easy, for those of you who don't know, I do have I do have an Etsy store, and I do have some books available, and I sign everything that leaves. I ship it out, address it myself. So if you're ever looking for that, or maybe a special gift for somebody and you want it to be addressed to somebody else, you're welcome. Just tell me whom to write it to, and I can send it off to you, and you can give it as a gift. So I do have a fresh, like I said, a fresh collection of these, and here's some of the others. So I know these are available. You can, you could easily make these without the book. And I've stuck the basket weave, even though it's not the easiest, but I think a beginner, if you get through some of the designs in the beginning of the book, you can easily master this. I'm all about not keeping everybody at the beginning stage forever. I'm about as soon as you can teach a crocheter. Oh my goodness, Hannah, thank you. She said I hit $100. That I saw that Book Fanatic. Thank you. Oh my gosh. So I don't have a song right now, but I will have one next week at the beginning of the program. Okay. So I'm just saying I could try to wing something off now, but it won't bless anybody. But if I have time to practice and work something up for you guys, I think you'll enjoy that more. So thank you, Book Fanatic. That is incredibly generous of you. And I'll be really thrilled to send that off to Rancho 3M. And let me go ahead and, if you want to check out what this organization is like, let me write this down. You know what? Hold on a second. Let me get another. I just want to make sure I put the correct link in here. Okay, I have the right link now. I just wanted to verify that I have the right. I'm putting a link in the chat, if you wanted to even check it out to see what the organization is like. But it's good people, hardworking people. Okay, we have Lynn Geider in the chat. Hey Lynn, it's so good to see you. You're always so encouraging. I don't know if many of y'all noticed Lynn, but whenever I post pictures that people send me of their work on my Facebook page, she's just, I think, the fastest to just encourage and just to lavish people with praise. And Lynn, we need more people like you in the world, my friend. We really do. I think if we did, we wouldn't be as, angry with each other all the time. I'm not talking about us here, but you know what I'm talking about outside. if we disagree on one thing, oh, we can't be friends. That's just the biggest bunch of nonsense I've ever heard. Um, so dumb. When we can't get along with somebody that we disagree on some points with, we are really poor indeed. You know what I'm saying? Um, I know it's not easy sometimes when people see the world differently, but it's sometimes I think we need to just put those things aside and just get to know people. Just find out what makes them tick. Where did they grow up? Maybe they didn't grow up on the rich side of the tracks, or maybe they just experienced some things in life that made them the way they are, and you're just missing out by not finding out what. So I'm not preaching at you, I promise. I'm just talking to myself, but I really think that. I think, I mean, anyway, enough said. I just think we're missing opportunities when we shut people off because we don't agree. I think we should just be a little more open. Not to say that we have to agree. We don't have to agree, but we can still be friends. We can still laugh together and find something in common, and that's what this craft, I think, for me is about. Is we have a lot of people here are so different. I mean, very different from one another, but yet this brings us together. This unites us, and you know it's been very enriching in my life in a lot of ways, just getting to know people who are just not like me. Thank God everybody's not like me. That would drive me nuts. uh, um okay, so Hannah's the behind to the great thing. Oh, are you talking? Okay, someone's asking about this. Okay, great. This is one more thing. Book Fanatic is asking. I think this is what you're asking about. It looks kind of gray, but it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of a gray brown, I guess. This is coming next month. This is August. Can you believe this is August already? I mean, what happened to June and July? Oh my goodness, I'm looking out my window and there are a couple deer right there in my yard. I wish I could show them to you, but they'd be, hmm, anyway, distraction. Instead of a, squirrel, it's deer right there. Anyway, as long as you stay away from my impatiens in the front, okay? Ah, yeah, they like to do that. They like to eat my flowers. But anyway, this is the Gaithersburg stole. It is a design that was in my contemporary Celtic crochet book. Let me see if I can get a copy of this. Here we go. I have quite a supply of these available now. So it's in this book. This was published in 2014, so it's getting some age on it. But it's my hope that the items are, of a classic design. That's why I like the more classic designs rather than the it's hot now, but not tomorrow kind of stuff. It's in this book, and I am working on a complete video tutorial. Um, the items in that book, I only have a couple. That two other items in that book, Liffy in a Jiffy and the Hialeah Honey Baby Blanket, are on my channel as a video tutorial. But this is coming. This is a stole that you wrap around yourself. I'll put it on for just a second, but whew, I'll tell you what, I'm going to take this one off because it's actually heating up in here a bit. All right. Yeah, talking makes me tired. All right, so this is actually nice. This is the Gaithersburg stole, named after the town where I live. And originally I used Caron Super Soft, or not Super Soft, Caron yarns. They're soft yarn, whatever. It's the worsted weight yarn. And I thought it would be fun to remake it in something else. Now, the yarn that I used, the Caron Simply Soft, I think that's what it's called. I haven't used it in so long, I forgot the name, but you know what I'm talking about. You guys are well familiar with that. It is a number 4 weight, but it's a thinner number 4, which made me want to try a different yarn this time. So as I crochet this one, this is the one in progress. I'm videotaping it. I'm in the process of doing the videos now. I'm actually using Queensland collection. It's called Drover. This is a merino silk tweed blend. So you have, let me show you. I wish you could feel it, but it's kind of hard to do that through the video. But it's nice. The silk adds a strength, I think, to the yarn that is really nice. And so this is the color I'm working with. It's a little bit thinner, but I sized my hook down just one size. For the original, I used a size J. Now I'm using a size I. Just took it down. See, J is a 6, and this is a 5.5. So just took it down 0.5 millimeter on the circumference of the hook. And I'm really enjoying this. And I was a little concerned that maybe it would be, you know, a lot smaller, but it really, with the changing the yarn, because the yarn was so similar, it was only changed the length by 2.5 inches. So the overall length really, I mean, 2.5 inches is nothing. And you can just add the difference in fringe if you wanted to, but I'm not going to, because this one that I'm wearing is long enough. So that's what I'm doing. And I am explaining all the, you know, the difference between the pattern. I'm not changing the pattern at all. I mean, the pattern was fine, but I just did change the size hook. And that's something you guys can experiment with too, like with the shawls and scarves and stuff like that. I mean, you don't have to follow everything to the T, you know, in the pattern. If you have a different yarn and you just want to experiment, I mean, as long as it's not like a fitted garment, like that's a little trickier. Once you change the yarn on a fitted item, you need to really kind of know what you're doing, and you really have to follow gauge. This, you know, doesn't matter in the same way. So I don't have a specific date, but I am definitely bringing this out in September. Probably, yeah, probably, I don't know, sometime in September. I can say that with reasonable reasonable assurance. And is that all that I have in my basket for today? Besides some gum. um, yeah. So let me go ahead and check in with you guys. Oh, I found my book. Hold on one second. Doody 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 doo. Okay, I found it. So I have that to share with you in just a minute. But I wanted to just check in with Hannah because I didn't get through all the things she posted there. Oh my goodness, Bobby, you're the book fanatic. Goodness, my friend, you are so sweet. And for those of you who don't know Bobby, Bobby is in Kentucky. I don't know how much you want me to say, Bobby, but he's living in a home, and he is wheelchair bound, with, I believe, cerebral palsy. I don't think he minds me saying that because he's shared that before in the group chat. But he has also been a patient at Shriners Children's Hospital, and so has Esther, who is one of our administrators. She has been a patient there, and so has my mother-in-law. In fact, that was why I've been in South Carolina a lot in the last couple years. Is she had polio as a child, and all these years she's been able to do amazing things. But at the age of 90 or so, when she hit 90, 91, the leg decided that it was done. Although she was able to get a brace. I mean, she still needs a lot of help. You know, I mean, who wouldn't? You know, but she has helped so many people. I mean, she has been amazing for her whole life. She raised 2 boys. You know, my husband and another, and who've done amazing things in science. And she used to run the public. I mean, she was like the secretary to a school superintendent, and which for like more than 40 years. So I mean, she she was by no means disabled in any way, shape, or form. She was enabled to do far more than I think what most people even accomplish. And she's an administrator beyond, you know, she's yeah, done a lot. Okay, so Bobby says spinal bifida. Okay, thanks, Bobby. Sorry, I didn't have that straight. I'm easy to get that mixed up, but but thank you. And if you guys think of Bobby and, want to pray for him, um, that would be great, because I know um, he's in a good place. I think he's in a good place, and I think blesses many people. So Bobby, thank you. Gosh, that is, I didn't make the connection because you've um, used to seeing the crafty Kentuckian instead. So thank you so much, and I'll be really excited to share that with Rancho 3M. Um, yeah. Okay. So I may have. Oh, we have Patty from Uruguay. Wow. Thank you for being with us, Patty. I hope I didn't miss any pertinent questions. And Swati had a question, I think, about the blanket. About, would you be able to tell me how much to increase the chain by to make it bigger? Give me a second here. Let me look at it, and I'll see if I can do that. Um, Probably 21. I think the number, if you add multiples, this is for the blanket that's coming out for Swati. If you add multiples of 21 to the starting chain, you should be fine. Oh, I hope I did that right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 21. Yep, 21. That should work for you. Um, all right. Let me just see if there are any other questions here. And thank you again, Peggy. That was Peggy Tierney for your contribution there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's a cute little guy there. Says you are amazing. Um, uh, and Roberta, I think, talking about the baby blanket again, says texture and colors play a big part on development. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I just remember studying them as a baby. I remember, and this was preschool. I know that sounds weird, but I still have some memories, not extensive memories. I mean, like maybe falling into the fish pond was one in our backyard. Another one was watching my blanket hang on that clothesline because we didn't have a dryer. We didn't have a dryer until I went to college. Didn't have a color television until I went away to college. uh, anyway, uh, all right. Let me just make sure. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just a very slow reader. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss something or read it too fast. Oh, thank you, Cynthia. Cynthia says that everybody check out Lamb Shop Kit's Facebook page because she's having a pop-up sale next week on a yarn estate she inherited. Hand-dyed yarn will be a real deal. They still have tags on. There you go. And Lamb Shop Kits is also where you can get, if you're looking for, these, again, I use the word investment. These are investments, but they have hand-dyed yarn. If you're looking for the tulip lap blanket kit that I designed, or the glazed pecan cabled blanket. I mean, she has those available as kits. I mean, you can always just watch the video and use whatever yarn you want. I mean, you're free to do whatever, but if you're looking for something special like that, definitely check her out. Check her site out. Um, okay, thank you, Bobby, for posting. I'm so sorry. I can't believe it's been a whole year since Bobby's mom passed away. It seems like, I mean, forgive me for saying this. It just seems like yesterday. I can't believe it's been a whole year. Um, I can't believe we're coming up on, it's 18. We're coming up on 3 years since my mom passed. That is just mind-boggling to me. Time just gets away from us. Janet Barker wants to know, what level of difficulty is your Dubonnet poncho, and is there a tutorial for it? Yes. The Dubonnet is spelled Dubonnet. She spelled it right. I'm just spelling it for you guys in case you try to look it up. It's a free pattern from Red Heart Yarns. It uses this color changing yarn that they they gave me to make it with, but the original was a solid color. So when they sent me that yarn, you can ask Becky and Hannah, when they sent me this yarn, I'm like, what? This? But it turned out is the unforgettable yarn. It turned out fairly well. I mean, with the color changing yarn, I mean, you could use that yarn for that. But if you have solid yarn, a single color, it works to me, in my opinion, even better. But that's the thing when you publish and you're working with a yarn company and you sell them a pattern and they say what you can use to make it. So that's why it's very colorful, which I think some people just love. And I'm just more, I guess, on the boring side. I just like colors to not compete with the texture quite as much. So, but anyway, that pattern is free from Red Heart Yarns. You can go to my homepage and hit playlist and look for ponchos and shawls. And if you click on that, you'll see this beautiful African American woman wearing this gorgeous shawl. I mean, she really rocks it in the photo. But the tutorials are there for free, and the pattern is free. It's definitely an intermediate when it comes to the collar, because I am using some of these cables and stuff in it. And it can be a little tricky on the collar, to be honest with you. I probably should have made that simpler, but I didn't. Um, but the videos are there for you, but definitely an intermediate. But again, if you're a confident beginner and you know your stitches and you don't skip stitches, and you know your scarves look straight when you want them to be straight, and they don't do this and this when you don't want it to, you should be able to do that. Um, and Karen would like to know which of the pattern books has the stole pattern in it. I think I need another book. Of course you need another book, just like we all need more yarn. The Gaithersburg stole is in this one. It's Contemporary Celtic Crochet. They're available from Penguin, Random House books. They're also available probably cheaper on Amazon, especially if you're a Prime member, because you know they ship it to you for free. I have them also in my Etsy store, but and they also ship free, but I don't know, you have to compare the prices. There are a couple books in my store that I ship for free. And again, this is in the US only for me. If you are in the UK and Europe, the Contemporary Celtic is available on Amazon in those places, in those locations, and many other places. And if you are watching from Germany or Estonia, there is an Estonian translation of that book. Estonian, and okay, the German is a different book. Never mind. One of my other books is translated into German and Russian. I'm assuming they translated it properly because I have no way of verifying. But yeah, so that is available there. And again, yeah, and the PDF thing does not apply to those books because I don't own the rights to that. That's totally owned by the publisher. Well, the time has gotten away again. It's 1:08, but I did want to read something. Um, I opened this today and I like, oh my gosh, I love that verse. I'm going to read that today. But I want to tell you a little bit about this story. This is you can see this is an old book. This is a pretty well old and worn. And this is the second one like it that I had. I was in college when I first became a Christian, and I used to have a little pocket Bible that I carried in my pocket. And it meant a lot to me. And then I lost it. I don't know whatever happened to it. And I had things underlined, and you know how things go. And and I was really bummed by it. And I didn't really have the means to go out and replace it right away. But my friend, Jimmy Newton was his name. He went out and he got me one. He got me a brand new Bible and said, "Here," and he gave it to me. And I have since, I can't read the thing now without like super magnifiers like this because the print is really tiny. But the entire Bible is in here. It's really great. I still have my college friends' names and phone numbers, written in the Bible. The binding is just about gone on it. But I wanted to read you, of course, a psalm from this. And this was a song that we used to sing in the church that I was in many, more than 40 years ago. Oh my goodness. But anyway, so this is from Psalm 59. Um, I'm going to start with verse 16 and read through verse 17. And it says, "But as for me, I shall sing of thy strength. Yes, I shall joyfully sing of thy loving kindness in the morning, for thou hast been my stronghold and a refuge in the day of my distress. Yes, indeed. O my strength, I will sing praises to thee, for God is my stronghold, the God who shows me loving kindness." So I hope that sticks with you throughout your week. And Lord willing, I will see you on Friday next week. And we will start with a song of some sort. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, but just as a little memento to thank you all for your generosity to the children at Rancho 3M. I'm going to send that off this afternoon. So thank you so much. God bless you all. Bye bye.